Just scrolled into the Wide Open Wednesday live broadcast. That's right. Yours truly, Nitro Nick Leach and American's mechanic Fred Fletcher. We're going to go over all the local racing, and we're going to have some special guests along the way. Could be drivers, could be some of the great people that we have in our racing community, or it could be you. You never know. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for being a part of Wide Open Wednesday. We'd like to thank all our sponsors and everybody involved here. Thanks for stopping in. We hope you enjoy the show. There you have it. Let's go over here. Open up the comment section. Welcome to Sunday Fun Days. You can see down in the left-hand corner, you can see the Phillies are playing. I look over my shoulder. And then what is it, 2-1 already or 2-0? Dina's probably flying around on her broom already. Pissed off that they're getting beat 2-0. Don Allen, how you making out? Do we have sound? Just let me know. Give me a test there, Don. Let me know what's going on. We are streaming to the Wide Open Wednesday page and the YouTube page of Wide Open Wednesday, which I will check here on my own. See if we got stuff going on here. Let's see here. All right, we got my boy Don Allen in here. Don, if you can hear me, I think that's a thumbs up you got there for sound, so we should be in pretty good shape with that. Okay, that looks pretty good there. Let's get out of this. Let's go to this. Let's see what we got going on. Let's go here. Okay, let's get rid of that. All right, we're in pretty good shape. My niece is probably going crazy because I think the Phillies are getting beat 2-0 already here. All right. Let's see here. First and foremost, a great weekend for racing. Of course, I was not at New Egypt Speedway last night because I had to do some stuff with my family. Went to a nice show in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, called NOAH, and it was very, very cool show. If you get a chance and you're into kind of like a Broadway production type deal, tickets were given to us as a Christmas present. So me and Nancy ventured down to Lancaster. And wow, all I can say is this. If you get a chance to see this show, see it. Because it's what a production, what a show. Really cool. I enjoyed myself. Had a good time. Dan and I got to go to a cookout with Nancy's side of the family. Always good to see them. Brother Bob and his wife had a cookout, so we went there afterwards. So, yeah, that was pretty neat to do that. So I see I'm getting messages here. And we have a couple people that we got to think about. Jim Mitch. Jim Mitch was not at New Egypt last night. He is the race director at New Egypt. Jim had an accident on his mountain bike. Got a couple ribs broke. He's on the mend. Going to take a little while to heal. So he asked me to put a post up on Facebook yesterday. So that's what I did, because that's what we do. Jared Creeder, who won at New Egypt, got his first win at New Egypt in the 305 division, had a bad wreck at Bridgeport. I've been talking to his mother. She said he's doing okay. He's a little banged up, of course, pretty banged up. Of course, he's the nephew of Mike Hagenbotham and John Hagenbotham, so they'll get the car back together and he'll be out. Good thing he's young. These guys can survive their injuries. Penny Horner had another incident last night at New Egypt. She's doing okay. Scott Dunn also had an incident. Tough break for Scott. Scott's been battling some health issues lately, but then, had a problem at the racetrack last night, I think. And got a message from Scott this morning. So, but USAC returned to New Egypt last night, and Mr. Miller won the feature event. Good racing. Briggs Danner finished third. So we, as I was at the picnic, I did put New Egypt on the broadcast. And I'll say this, being a fan of New Egypt and being who I am, okay, Video Jim, you need to get back on the camera, because you know what you need to do to make the camera angles right, and you know what you need to do to make things right there. The camera angles, I don't know whether the guy needs a headset to listen to the broadcast or what he needs to do to follow the races, but the guy that's running the main camera is not following the races. That's the first time I had a chance to watch the broadcast in general, and the guy that's is not following the broadcast and not following. You can't just stay on the lead car the whole time. There's racing throughout the field. That's all I'm going to say, and I'll leave it at that. I'm not a video guy. I don't know what it entails, but I know this much. When Video Jim's behind the camera, there's never been an issue. So we'll leave it at that. So, that being said, now we have Suzanne Healy. And who are you, Suzanne? Do I know you? I know Dominic Antonelli was hoping this was going to come on tonight. So now, what are you thanking me for saying, Suzanne? That way I know whether I got myself in trouble or I didn't. But the racing was good. The track was smooth. It was very fast. Kyle Hurley wound up winning the 4-cylinder race, which was pretty cool to see. That big country, I call him. His girlfriend is Miss New Egypt. So all you people that got mad that Miss New Egypt kissed the winner was her boyfriend. Okay, so she's entitled to do that. The camera only on the lead cars. Well, you would think that somebody would tell Jim that. I think Chris Bennett tells him every week. Jim is doing a good job at what he's doing with the announcing, but Jim is 10 times better behind the camera. When Jim's doing the camera work, he's second to none with the camera work. I gotta give him his props on that. But it's just it is what it is. You're not going to be able to make everybody happy. The broadcast is free. If you want to donate, you can donate. You can go on YouTube and donate. But So you can do that. Um, and it's been a success. That was one of Chris Moore's ideas of having the YouTube channel be for free, but it can't be for free forever, guys. You got to pay the camera people. You got to pay the people. You got to do what you got to do. So if you're willing to throw in a few bucks here and there, that'll keep the live stream free, and that's what we're trying to do. So. But yeah, it's been pretty cool. I mean, it was pretty cool for me last night. I went into track and I got to watch it, so that worked out pretty good. And we got to see some different things that I guess most people wouldn't pay attention to if they're just watching the stream, but they're getting a lot of people from all over the country watching, which is pretty cool. So, and that's what we're banking on. So, and it's working. So we are in the process of, doing what we got to do to make things better at New Egypt, to get more people in the stands. I believe I like the idea of the 50-50 challenge. I guess it was Dominic Antonelli and Mr. Hurley last night, which is pretty cool. So they pick two people at random every week to do the 50-50. No, me and Pete Wortman are not going to do it because I can't run up and down the grandstands. I'm not doing that. And I know Pete don't want to do it either. But if Chris tells us we have to do it, we have to do it. So I probably just jinxed myself. But yeah, that's a pretty good idea when they do that. I know the World Outlaws are coming. I know the Short Track Super Series is coming. That's like right upon us here. This week is an important week on Saturday. It's the Katie Mancini Memorial Race. Katie Mancini was Paul Mancini's mom, and who runs a modified at New Egypt Speedway. Sydney's mom also, and Ryan's mom, who runs a quarter midget at New Egypt Speedway. Katie was a great person. If you spent a couple minutes with her, you would you understand how much people really loved her. They have a memorial for her in the quarter midgets, and I believe they done that Thursday night when they raced. Katie would go out of her way for anybody. It's just a shame that she left us so early. So this week is, I believe, the Mr. Crate Classic and match races. And yours truly is the voice of the match races. So I will be calling the match races for the sportsman cars this week, brought to you by Oliver Communications and Construction Group. Oliver does all the stuff at New Egypt Speedway as far as the communication stuff, a lot of construction stuff. That's Phil and PJ Oliver. Of course, PJ drove the 13 XXX at New Egypt Speedway. Very, very into New Egypt. I know PJ's into the rodeo stuff too. Yeah, this week is a big week at New Egypt. And then I believe it's Thursday night. The Short Track Super Series comes on the 22nd. So I should be up on all this stuff, but I'm not. Okay. I probably should have my other apparatus here to see what else is up, but I don't. And I apologize. So just wanted to come on here and do a little recap of what's been going on as far as racing goes. It was a great weekend. It's about time we had some great time. Sitting here looking at my phone, got a message from Jared Creeder. He said it was a pretty bad wreck. He's pretty sore and bruised. His upper back. I'm reading the text right now and sharing it with you guys. And he'll be back before you know it, he told me. So good for him. So Jared, get better. Get back to racing where you belong. And we'll do what we do. So send some prayers out to him. Send some out to Jim Mitch and also to Penny Horner. And I saw a weird thing from the Xfinity race. The guy that won the race fell in victory lane and whacked his head. They just showed him on TV. I was watching that. He's fine now. So, yeah, weird things happen. It's just crazy. It's just crazy the way things happen. You never know at any given time, in the wink of an eye, stupid things happen. So you got to be prepared. You just got to be prepared, and live life to the fullest. Live each day like it's your last, because one day it's going to be. So Joe Adams, my man, what's going on, Joe? I'm just sitting here. The wife's out with her sister doing stuff, and I get to do the Sunday recap here. Tried a couple different things here that hopefully it'll work at the studio, and talked to a couple different people. Fred talked to a good computer tech guy that he knows that's working on our problems at the studio. So hopefully this Wednesday show is going to be pretty good, and we'll be able to get through that. So we'll see what happens. And Joe Adams, of course, if you see Joe in the chat room here, Joe Adams is one of the founding fathers of Lowdown Entertainment, who is part of Wide Open Wednesday, or Wide Open Wednesday is part of Lowdown Entertainment. And we appreciate them guys letting us be on their ticket, so to speak. So a lot of racing got done this weekend. What I missed? You didn't miss nothing yet, Dom. You didn't miss nothing yet, buddy. I'm just trying to get the link for you so you can come on here and talk with me.
So hold on 1 second.
I will send you the link. Listen to all that. Gone. All right. Now we can go here. I will send this to Mr. Dominic. I'm sending you the link, Dom, because I want to talk to you. Crack that link, Dom, and we'll get you on the show. I'm also going to send it to you too, Joe, because I want to talk to you about a couple of things. Everything looks great from this end. It always looks great from the house. It's when we're in the studio, but I'm using a different browser. From what I gather, we use StreamYard as our platform, and StreamYard's been having a lot of problems with the Chrome browser. So I'm using a different browser now. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because when I tell you what it is, then everybody will start using it and we'll have a problem. Now, we have somebody in the green room. See, as soon as I mentioned that, I had a glitch. We have somebody in the green room, and we'll bring him on real quick. Let's see if we can get him to come on here. Nope, that didn't work. Let's try this one. I clicked it too fast. Working on it, Dom. Hold on.
Hello.
Hello. How are you? Now, what are you doing? What are you out on a Sunday drive? You're always in the car driving when you get on here, Dom. What are you doing?
We're going crabbing. We're gonna try and enjoy this
crabbing?
Sunday. Yeah, take a little down.
Where you go crabbing at?
In Berkeley. We're going to Berkeley Island. We're meeting up with my sister and Matt, and my mom. We're gonna try, and Jensen. That's right. We're gonna try and make the best of the weekend.
You got the whole gang there.
Yeah.
We forgot
See,
the brain. We forgot
crabbing
the brain.
Crabbing wouldn't do me any good because I don't like crabs. So crabbing wouldn't do me any good. So
I'm not a big fan of crabs either, but I brought a 6-pack with me. We're just gonna hang out and get a tan.
well, there you go. It's a lot of fun to do that. My grandfather used to do that. He used to go to Beach Haven and stuff. My grandfather used to do that and all. So yeah, that's not a bad.
Yep.
All right, Dom, let's hear the recap. What happened last night?
That's the best way to put it.
I saw you up near the front, then I didn't see you near the front. What the hell happened?
Yeah. We started in the back. We made our way up, and then Delmo got into us. As everyone knows, with the rear wheel drives, we're in a slide in the turn. So, give it a little too much throttle, they'll come around, and it came around on them. Ended up taking maybe like 2 other cars out. And at that point, I was pretty pissed. Not at him, just more at the situation. And
right.
I just said, the hell it. Car's already banged up. It's checkers or wreckers tonight. And we made our way back from, I guess it was 13th to back up to 6th in a lap and a half. And then we tried catching the top 5, but they were probably about a straightaway ahead of us because the bottom 6 were fighting, trying to, fight for 7th place, I guess.
Right.
And I just pushed it a little too hard. There's some turns I just never cut gas and just stayed in it, and we spun a lot more RPMs than I had ever had before. I don't even know how it does oil pressure. And it just squeezed the gasket out. And after that, I saw the flame probably like a half a lap before it actually erupted. I was like, it's just going to go. It'll go out. Like, we're good. And then the caution came.
Right.
Once the caution hit, we slowed down, and it just pretty much erupted. And I was like, oh, there goes that. So I just pulled up to the fire truck, pointed, and they're like, we already know, don't worry, get out of the car. And I was just like, oh, really? Like, kind of comfortable, but all right. So I got out of the car, and they put it out. I got to surf in the back of the push truck on the way back to the pits. And that was that. Then we went to 50-50s. I finally beat Kyle in something because I can't beat him on the racetrack. So I figured let's just outsell him. And we did by 40 tickets, luckily. And yeah, after that, we drank beer, watched the races. That was that. Made the best of the night as we could.
Do you guys run this weekend for the Katie Memorial or no?
Nope. The only thing I'm bringing to the racetrack is a big cooler with a lot of beer this weekend. So we'll be there.
I
we'll
hear you.
Hanging out there.
Okay. Well,
we'll get the panel straightened out, fix a couple wires. Luckily, it wasn't too much damage fire-wise. Took out like the spark plug wires, the alternator wire, kind of like everything on the right side, but there's not much on the right side of the motor anyway. So we lucked out on that. So yeah, we'll do that. Bang some panels back, and I think our next race, I want to say, is the Thursday night race. So
yeah, that's probably
away.
Your next one. Yep, the Short Track Super Series race. All right, well, go crabbing. Do what you got to do. I got another guy sitting in the green room that I got to talk to because I don't get to talk to him that much. And I'll see you when I see you, brother.
Sounds good, brother. We'll be watching.
All right, Dom. Thank you. All right, later on. All right, now we'll bring this other guy on here. I don't know why him and Bear decided to put us on their ticket, but they did. So we'll bring the big A in here, and that big A can stand for a lot of things.
Nikki, how you doing, my brother?
We're trying to make this thing work. It always seems to work a little better at home, but I tried a couple of different things. I talked to Fred this morning. I couldn't ask for a better guy to be in partners with this thing. He goes above and beyond what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
We probably should have threw the towel in a while ago, but he's like, nope,
No,
we're gonna get it right.
no.
And right now, if I can move this, what we're doing here to the studio, but he kind of figured out a couple things too. The last time we done some stuff, and he has a real good tech guy that he knows that we didn't even think about using before. So we're going to use this guy now. His name is Nick, as a matter of fact. So, but yeah, I mean, great weekend for racing, huh, Joe? I mean, wow.
Oh my God. It was unbelievable. First and foremost, before we get rolling here, you and Fred do a fantastic job. And I told you this, we had a conversation after your show last week. And anybody that has ever done a live podcast, you're going to experience glitches. You're going to experience stuff that you don't even imagine could ever happen. Stuff just gets wonky. It gets weird. It's frustrating. I've been to this movie more times than I care to admit to. But just keep plugging, man. You're going to get it. Things are going to get better. I know you and Fred have a great product. We are so happy to have you with the Lowdown Entertainment family. And just keep doing what you're doing, man. You're going to get it. You're going to hit on all 8 cylinders at some point. And then you're going to be glitch-free and everything's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, we're new to this stuff. I mean, not the other stuff that you guys turned me on to with the Heat Race winners and stuff. And,
Right.
a lot of people are a little upset that I wasn't there last night, but I can make all that up. Like the feature winners and stuff, I can do that when I go back next week. This week is match races for the sportsman cars. The guys are pretty excited about that. I got a chance to watch the live feed on YouTube. Got a couple things I'm going to talk to Jim about. I think the stream is great. I think what they're doing is great with the YouTube streaming. I think the camera angles and stuff are lacking a little bit. I think when Jim's behind the camera, he knows what shot he wants and what he wants to do, and I think that's lacking in the live stream there. I didn't look at it before. Last night I had a chance to watch it and look at it and critique it. Not that I should be critiquing it because I'm not a video guy, but I know what I want to see, and I don't want to see the leader when he's a straightaway out and just seeing the leader. And I know Jim wouldn't do that, and I think Jim thinks he has to do everything now, and he doesn't. You know what I mean? So, but
we're all learning, brother.
Yep. I mean, there's some good racing. I mean, Grandview, Logan Watt. Are you kidding me?
I got to tell you, I was fortunate enough to be there last night, and first of all, the heat races alone last night were worth the price of admission. Just unbelievable. And don't quote me on this because I don't have the exact stats. I think Logan probably started like 8th or so in his heat and won by a country mile. The kid was just on point all night long. He's such a talent. And we got to remember, we keep hearing this name, Logan Watt. This young man is only 16 years old. He literally just got his Pennsylvania driver's license a couple months ago, or permit or whatever. He's just so smart. He's so smooth. It was a great race. They went 30 laps out of 50 nonstop. First of all, which is just absolutely incredible. There was just racing all through the pack. And, unfortunately, with about 7 to go or so, there was a little jingle between, Eddie Strada and Jeff Strunk. Kind of changed the complexity of the game a little bit. It's racing. Watch the video. There's a lot of opinions as to what happened last night. The bottom line is, they got together and end of story. Logan went on to cash his $10,000 check. And as far as I know, unless someone can correct me on this, Logan is technically a modified rookie this year. I don't think a rookie has ever won the Forrest Rogers Memorial.
Wow.
Which is huge. So it was great. And as far as Lowdown Entertainment goes, I got to say this. I got to give a shout out to my partner, Bear Slosher. Bear headed to God's Country Friday night, spent Friday night up there at Big Diamond Speedway, got some great things going on there, great footage. Spent the entire day yesterday in Chemung, if I'm pronouncing that right, asphalt track up in New York. Chemung, there you go. Sounds good to me. And he has some fantastic footage. He got some really different camera angles on some stuff. We talked about it this morning a little bit via text. and he is currently editing videos as we speak. So he's getting all that stuff together. Bear is absolutely positively the hardest working man in motorsports. And he's not out there puffing his chest out. He just does what he needs to do, gets the job done, does a fantastic job at everything he does, and is just an all around great guy. And you know that because you spent a lot of time on the phone with him as well.
Yeah, he's helped me a lot. I'm trying to get this perfect. What me and Fred are doing, so we can get it over on your side. So because you guys get a lot of national guests, and the fans would love to have the same platform that we have on your end, so you can see them guys like Team Mez and all them guys that you guys know. And that's what it's all about, to get this thing going in a full circle, so we can all do this together, which we do anyhow. And then Friday night at Big Diamond. Friday night at Big Diamond, Briggs Tanner. What can you say about him? He's won in the big car. He's won in a little car. He's excellent in a 600. It's crazy, this young talent that's out there. And, and I like Jared Creeder. He won a 305 race. He's a young guy too, taking over for Mike Higginbotham. Then he gets hurt at Bridgeport. That's the ugly part of our sport. But
that's the downside. We have a growing and ever expanding IR list right now, and it's not cool. I mean, there's a lot of race car drivers getting banged up right now a little bit, and hopefully this epidemic of injuries ends sooner than later, and we can all move on with our lives and get everybody healed up.
Well, in stick and ball sports, you don't get an injury like you get here. So, unless you get hit with a fastball or somebody bounces one off the bat and hits you in the noggin. I like how a lot of people that are in the stick and ball sports, you go down there and you turn left. That's not a sport. Hop in the car and try it. That's all I got to tell you. Them guys are athletes. You know what I mean? They are. I always used to pick on the drag racing guys. Turn left when you get down the end. You know what I mean? Make a left when you get down the end and go down the other side and try it. But I have a whole different respect for drag racing now that I'm involved with Kyle Koretsky and them guys. Big announcement for the Nationals. Nitro Fish is the official sponsor of the Nationals at Maple Grove this year. So there's going to be a lot of things happening with that.
Good.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get Billy Kleinsman to come on here, but I know they're doing stuff at Maple Grove today. But yeah, I mean, there's so much stuff that we could cover, Joe. Like on your end in Pennsylvania, there's just so much stuff.
We are honestly, Nikki, we are so spoiled in the area that we are, because we are graced with so much talent and young talent and rising stars and awesome seasoned veterans that it's amazing. We just kind of go to our local tracks every week, and we kind of take it for granted that these guys are here, but man, people would die to have the talent that we get to see week in and week out. So we're very fortunate. We should really count our blessings for what we have.
Well, I was in God's country yesterday. I was in Lancaster.
Mm-hmm.
I went and seen the show. I forget what the name of the theater was, but it was near Lancaster. I went and seen Noah with my wife and some friends from work. Wow.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, and
nice.
And I'm telling my wife as we're riding to Lancaster, I said, this here is sprint car country. This is where all the hot sprint cars are and the tracks are. And man, is it beautiful out there, man.
It is beautiful.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad you got out to do something a little bit different this weekend. That's awesome. It's good to do that every now and again.
Yeah, you got to do that every now and again, and it gave me a chance to look at the broadcast. And like I said, I probably shouldn't be critiquing it, but I just think if Jim is going to look at what I have to say, and maybe it makes the broadcast better, well then it helps. If it don't, well then if they think it's fine, it's fine. I mean, we're getting viewers, we're getting people on there from all over the country, and it's a free broadcast. You're not going to please everybody, just like what we do. We're not going to please everybody.
It'll never happen.
You're an asshole. I'm an asshole. We're going to be assholes forever. So, it happens. But what people don't realize, Joe, is if the asshole don't work, the body's done. That's the most important part of the body. So guess what?
That's it. Very good point.
Sorry about your luck. That's all I can tell you. And I hang out with a lot of assholes, and I love them.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
we're buds. That's why we click, man. That's right.
Who
We
is
all
this
seem to we all
girl?
seem to find each other.
Who is this
Sorry,
girl?
say that again.
Who is this girl that won at Grandview? Do you know that's the first woman ever to win at Grandview? Who's this girl?
Oh, I tell you what, we had the pleasure of having her on, and as you said earlier, we are so fortunate to have the guests that we get. I mean, it's unreal, and then a lot of this goes to Barry too with Bear. He's got names in his phone that people would just die to have in their phones, man. He's got close personal relationships with these people. And, as far as like, when we had T-Mez on a couple weeks ago, and it's just unreal. And it's so nice. I reached out. Her name is Shannon Slaughter. She's a 22-year-old young lady. And I reached out to her and I said, first, congratulations for being the first female to ever win a modified race at Grandview Speedway. A huge accomplishment, not only for you as a team and as an individual, but for the ladies. The girls are coming for you. I'm going to tell you that right now. They are coming.
Yep.
And I said, would you like to join us on Lowdown Entertainment? I'd love to interview you. And I didn't even know she knew what Lowdown Entertainment was. And she said, yes, I'm very familiar with the show. I would love to do it. That young lady drove an hour and a half from her hometown to Slatington, Pennsylvania, where our studio is. And hung out with us, did an interview. Super nice young lady. That car carries little to zero sponsorship on it, realistically.
Wow.
And she went out there and she just did it. She actually had a really good run last night as well. I'm sure she was in the top 5 for certain.
Yeah.
And it's unbelievable. Yeah, super, super nice young lady. But like I said, fellas, I'm going to say this to you again. The girls are coming, and they're coming for you. You're going to see more and more of these young ladies that are going to be parked in Victory Lane each Friday and Saturday night as time goes on.
I told Tanner Van Dorn when I interviewed him, and I put that on the Low Down and Dirty page.
Yes.
I told him, I said, when you start winning on a regular basis, everybody thinks you're cheating. And he thought it was funny. You know what I mean? And I put a picture of him up when I interviewed him. 12 years old, he won at Eastern States. 12 years old.
He is so phenomenal. What a talent that young man is too. I mean, this is the future of our sport. If you love modified racing, if he hangs around with us and doesn't move on to bigger and better things, this is where it's at.
Right.
These young men and women are getting groomed and just, really putting out a good product there. And yes, racing is a product. It is a business. And, this is how we have to look at it too. It is for our entertainment purposes, but it's still a business. And, as long as this young crop of young men and women keep coming up, we're going to keep having a good product.
And it's not, you got Colin Cox, you got Anthony.
He was phenomenal again last night. Colin, I think finished 4th from 20th or something like that. That kid passes more cars every week than anybody I know.
And you look at the guys that we grow up with, and you say to yourself, okay, these kids are coming up and they got natural talent. I guess our guys didn't have no patience back then, Joe, because these kids look like they have so much patience, and they just picked it like Logan. He just takes his time and picks his moves. And
the thing that has always blown me away about Logan is he is such a genuine, nice young man. He'll talk to anybody. He just has a very pleasant demeanor about him. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he got that from his father, Ryan, and he didn't get it from Leslie, just because I like to pick on Leslie. And if she hears this, she's probably going to kick my ass when she sees this. So, but it's cool.
Both our asses. Thanks for getting me involved in that.
Doug, this is I'm a giver, brother. We're sticking together on this here. If I'm going down, so are you.
Oh, yeah, she's on the board right now.
But he's just so poised and so excuse me. He's so poised and just such a natural, phenomenal talent. It's just amazing to watch him. He's smooth as glass and is just a very smart racer as well.
And then that kid Dylan Stoyer won at Bridgeport again. You know what I mean? And Bridgeport's not an easy track anymore. I mean,
not by any means.
No, that's not an easy track anymore.
No.
And Sawyer's been killing it. I mean, very
Yes.
nice young man. I've talked to him. The racing's really good at Georgetown now. All these tracks, they're just getting it done. I mean,
Everybody's crushing it, bro.
Yeah, the tracks are starting to get the crowds are starting to get the cars, and
Yeah.
everything's just starting to happen. So
It is so awesome. It feels good to be a race fan again, because at the end of the day, even guys like you and I are like, we're considered part of the media. We're still race fans at heart, man. This is what got us going. And there's nothing like taking in a good race. And I said to several people I was sitting around last night, I said, this is one of the greatest nights of racing at Grandview Speedway from top to bottom, front to back that I've ever seen there. And the crowd was great. The atmosphere was great. And we've had some really, really beautiful weather here the past few weeks too, which is helping things out a lot because, we all know what we endured at the beginning of the season with all the rain that we took in. But man, it's just unreal. We're very fortunate.
The kid that won Knoxville, 18 years old, led it from start to
Ryan
finish.
Timms. Yeah.
Wow.
Fantastic job. Yeah. The youth is coming, man. The youth is coming. But I still cheer for the old Social Security guys, man. The guys have been around for a while, so I still cheer for them because us old guys, we got to stick together too a little bit.
Well, them old guys paved the way for the younger guys. And don't get me wrong.
It's true.
When them old guys are right, they will teach them young guys a lesson. So, don't get all cocky and get all uppity. Them guys will teach you a lesson in a hurry.
Speaking of which, Doug Manmiller was second, I believe, last night, and Jeff Allen interviewed him in Victory Lane after he spoke to Logan, and the amount of respect that Doug Manmiller, who is a seasoned veteran that has years and years of racing under his belt, the amount of respect that he showed Logan Watt in the interview was just phenomenal, just amazing. It's when you have that kind of respect. It's just a really good feel-good story. It really is. And ironically,
Joe,
those listening that didn't know this, Logan's father won the Forrest Rogers Memorial last year. Ryan won the $10,000 last year. And in Victory Lane, Logan said, I couldn't let that win. I needed to one-up him this year. So that's why Logan parked it.
All right, Joe. Well, I got somebody waiting in the wings. I appreciate you being on here with me. I'm glad you took the time to do this. And I will talk at you later.
Anytime, Nikki. Anytime. I just want to let everybody know before I get off here, we are going to be live Thursday night. We don't know who we're going to do yet. We may not have any guests on at all. We're kind of going through the motions here. We have some pre-production meetings this week, but we'll get a presser out sometime this week and let everybody know what's going on for Thursday Night Live on Lowdown Entertainment. And looking forward to seeing your show Wednesday night with you and Fred.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you later. Thanks, Joe.
All right, man. Thank you so much for having me on, Nikki. Take care.
All right, brother. That was Joe Adams, who also is Adams Lettering. He letters a lot of cars, does a lot of them big checks for Grandview and a lot of the other shows. Joe is better known as Big A. And, of course, him and Bear Slosser do the Lowdown Entertainment, and they may put me and Fred on the card for them. They do a good job. And then I wasn't at New Egypt last night, but this guy was, and I'm going to bring this guy on here. He's one of the best photographers around. And if you need a good Santa Claus, this is the guy. And but you got to get him quick because the reindeer are already loaded up and he's already busy. He's already on the other side of the country doing Santa Claus already. So if you need a Santa Claus, you got to book this guy quick. We'll bring this guy on here real quick and talk to him. Soon as there he is. Now what shirt you got on today? You always got a different Tim McCready, right? There we go. What's up, James?
Nothing. How are you, brother?
I'm good, brother. How are you? Looked like a pretty good night last night.
Yeah, not bad. Track was decent. Of course the wind was blowing, so we had dust, of course it had to go to the stands and stuff like that, but you can't control Mother Nature. But decent racing. The USAC boys, man, did they get it around that track. Kenny Miller, I guess, was the winner, but Chris Allen led the first 22 laps.
Yep.
setting a crazy pace, and Briggs Danner, and it was good racing. The 20 car, the Radata car was out there also. Just good racing, and lap traffic basically is what got Chris Allen, and the lack of a caution and lap traffic, because
Right.
like Carter said, he was trying to move the cars over as best he can, but everybody's racing. I mean, it is what it is, and
Yeah.
the kid that won said it took him 20 laps to get used to our track because he had never raced there before. And, but he was
Right.
running up front, he was running up front. He deserved to win. And then the sportsman feature, Ryan Simmons really fast last night. There was a little get together down in turn 3 and 4, and a couple people got involved, whatever. So when the air cleared and they start racing again, David Malozar was setting a pretty good pace in the 32 there. That kid's good, especially for a young kid. And then Mikey Butler was right in the mix. So then Mike took the lead, and here comes Ryan Simmons storming through, and he got up there, and one move, he just swept around him, come down the front stretch and just took it to the outside, to the high side, and went right around Mike and the 32 of Malozar. So there was multiple grooves. I mean, obviously, if you can pass up top, and while guys are racing, battling for the lead in the middle of the track, there's multiple grooves there. So what else can you ask for, And let's see who. I know Steve Davis got a flat in that early caution there deal. He had to pit, and he come back through the field and got 5th. So he passed a lot of race cars too. So anybody that says there was no passing, that's not true at all, because right there, Steve and Ryan Simmons and Mikey Butler, they all started 13th, 14th, 15th, whatever the case may be. And then Steve had to go back even further when he got his flat, and he come back through to get 5th, racing with Matt Ellery and Ethan Bill, and the usual suspects up front there. And then another great 4-cylinder feature. Kyle Hurley finally got the monkey off his back this year. He held off Bobby Drayton and Joe Gary Sr. Justin Dunn was in the mix for a while. So another, they always put on a good show, the 4-cylinders. And then in the street stocks, it was pretty cool, because it's got the Dr. Darren Cox parked at number 92 in Victory Lane. I'm pretty sure that might be his
That's cool.
win. And he supposedly.
Yeah, I think it was.
I couldn't hear too well, but supposedly dedicated to win Billy Leak. I know he was emotional in Victory Lane, and it's always cool to see these guys that race and race and race and race. And Darren's been doing it forever. I think he said 20-something years, all kind of different divisions.
Yeah.
And to finally park it in Victory Lane, that's great to see a guy like that's paid his dues, So I'm friendly with him, been friendly with him for quite some time. He's an 825 operator, which is what my family used to do. So I sent him over some pictures this morning so he could use them on his social media and all that stuff. And, he's thanking me. Listen, dude, you've been doing this for so long. That's the least I can do for you, is to send you some Victory Lane pictures. But it was also pretty cool for Ryan Simmons, because it was his dad's birthday the day before. It was John Simmons' birthday the day before. So pretty good birthday present for your father to put it in Victory Lane for him, And Andy Belmont was there from Belmont's Garage, one of the main sponsors for Ryan. And when he's not driving his own number 20, which Andy helps him out with, he drives Andy's car. So it was good to see Andy at the track. And like I said, pretty cool celebration for John's birthday to have your boy win a feature for you. So that was pretty good. But
With them guys at Watkins Glen, at Watkins Glen, them guys were at Watkins Glen with the national series, and Kyle Belmont actually set up the car over the phone for Ryan.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Kyle's a shop specialist, and Ryan mentioned that in Victory Lane, because I was watching the broadcast on YouTube last night from a family affair, and I was telling Joe earlier and the fans earlier that were on here, Jim's good at what he does, but Jim's better behind the camera. and the live broadcast suffers because Jim Murdoch is not behind the camera. I'm not saying that because everybody would probably think Nick Leach just wants to get back on the microphone. Wrong. I don't know if the guy needs to have a headset in his ear or what, so he can hear the announcers to know where to point the camera. But Jim's never had that problem when he's behind the camera. Who's ever running the lead camera does not follow the race when it's being announced. And that makes the broadcast like you get dizzy watching it. And I know why Chris Bennett complains all the time, because I'm like, all right, Chris Bennett complains, and last night I finally got a chance to watch the whole thing, where before I never really got a chance to watch it. Well, last night I had a chance to watch it.
You tell Bennett to simmer down a little bit there. That's all.
Yeah, but he's got a legitimate point.
No.
If you go by the old Chris Bennett, you get mad, but he's got a legitimate point. And I said, I'm going to watch this and see if he's just being a pain in the ass or he's telling the truth. He's telling the truth.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I just got to throw that jab in at Bennett. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? And
I got to throw one jab at Bennett before he throws two at me. You know what I'm saying? But no, Chris, good dude.
That's right. He's going to come to the track, and then we'll really get him in trouble. So
I respect his opinion. You know what I'm saying? He's something else. I got to get him to come out of retirement, get that 017 back out on the track. But
there you go. Now next week is a big week because we got the Katie Mancini Memorial.
Right.
Pete's not going to be there.
Okay.
And of course, I'm the voice of the match races.
Right.
So I'm going to be doing the match races.
The Oliver family having the match races for the crates this time, so that's going to be cool. Gives those guys a plus in the Mr. Crate Classic. So the crate guys really have to make some decent money next week.
So let me ask you a question. Did Phil change the name of the business? Is it Oliver Communications or is it Oliver Construction now?
No, his company is Oliver Communication Group, been involved for 30 plus years. And then there's another company which is Oliver Construction Enterprises, which Pete's the president of. So we work closely together, but we're two separate entities. And like I said, Phil's president of one, PJ's president of the other. And we have our own equipment, but they, it doesn't matter. The Oliver family, period, whether it's the communication side or the construction side, they're great supporters of New Egypt Speedway. And I've worked at New Egypt Speedway.
And then some.
Yeah, I've worked at New Egypt Speedway on the construction side, doing some work that the community, whatever. We had extra guys. I'm over there pulling fiber optics in at the racetrack to try to help out with this YouTube situation and make sure that it's not glitchy and all that stuff. But and the cameras that are there for the race directors, all that stuff. So it's like I said, they try to be behind the scenes as much as they possibly can, but I'm here to tell you, those guys, this New Egypt Speedway right here, those Olivers spend a lot of money there, and they do it because they love.
Oh, I know,
and they love the match races, and hence here we go. We got more match races coming up. So, but it should be a good week.
All right, Jimbo.
Yeah,
I will be in touch with you. And I will talk at you in a week.
Yeah, sounds good. And congratulations to all the winners last night. And basically, like I said, good racing night. A little bit dusty. Can't control Mother Nature and wind and stuff like that. But hey, it is what it is. And we'll see what next week brings. Hopefully we got a nice night and good track conditions again. And we're up for an exciting night with Katie Mancini Memorial and the Oliver Communication match races for the crates and great class. So I'll catch up with you then. All right, brother?
All right, Jimbo. I'll talk to you, buddy.
Sounds good, man.
Thanks for being on here with me. I appreciate it.
All
right, brother.
Back.
All right, brother. See you. Yep. Jim Brown, always a pleasure to have him on here. let's go over here. See what we got here. We can do this. Cool. Hey, you ever wanted to get shot? And I'm not talking about by a gun. I'm talking about getting shot by one of the best photographers around, Jim Brown Racing Photos. You ever need your racing photos, you got to get them from Jim Brown. Hey, what can Brown do for you? He can produce your best racing photos. Jim Brown. Let's talk about transmissions for a minute. If you want to get to victory lane, you can't be in low gear. You got to be in high gear. I'm talking about high gear transmissions located in South Jersey. Let's talk about transmissions for a minute. If you want to get to victory lane, you can't be in low gear. You got to be in high gear. I'm talking about high. Having a little problem with our media here.
Why?
Nance, you know they can hear everything you're saying, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting out of here. I'll be back.
Bob Drayton Incorporated has been locally owned and operated since 1955. Their goal is to provide excellent customer service and quality rentals to every client. They have a large selection of rentals and solutions for every project or every event you have. You can count on their experienced team for fast and courteous service each time you call them. And they have a 24-hour emergency service, locally owned and operated since 1955. That's over 70 years, gang. Licensed and insured, free estimates available, 24-hour service, military and senior discounts, quality products, and an excellent customer service. Check them out, gang. They're located at 151 Big Hill Road, Southampton, New Jersey. Their phone number is 609-859-3629. And they race, that's right, New Egypt Speedway, Bridgeport Speedway. Bob and his son race the 4-cylinder class, and they sponsor the class at New Egypt Speedway. So when it hits the fan, he's your man, and whatever you eat, he's got your seat. They have a 1-800 number, and it's 1-800-521-2014. So whatever you need, give Mr. Bob a call, and he'll help you out. They are official sponsor of Wide Open Wednesday right here on Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. Mr. Bob, he's on the job, and you should be too. Well, we definitely got a glitch. How are Well, that's good. I'm glad. Was that? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Had to mute my mic there. I had a very important phone call. Very encouraging phone call. I'll leave it at that. So, Clay Butler. What's up, Clay Butler? Them USAC cars look pretty good. I'd love to see the USAC midgets over there, Clay. All right. I am going to do what I need to do. Michael Hastings, I seen you were at Bridgeport. Hopefully you got some good pictures. Yeah, just want to go over a couple things here. Make sure you say some prayers for Jim Mitch. He's a little bit under the weather. Penny Horner, of course, and Jared Creeder. Jared is doing well. Also, Ricky Grasso. I'm sure many of you have heard that he was under the weather too. He is doing well. He is home. He is resting, taking in the sunsets and the sunrises. So, matter of fact, that's who I was on the phone with. So keep the Ricky in your prayers too. Get him back to the racetrack as soon as we can. So just do that for me. Keep all these people in your prayers. And just remember, gang, like I always tell you, you got to live each day like it's your last, because one day it's going to be. Tell the people that you love them, why they're here, why you can talk to them, why you can see them. Because when they're laying in that box at the funeral parlor, it's kind of too late. So take care of yourselves. God bless you guys. I want to thank Jim Brown. Definitely thank Joe Adams, the guys that came on here. Couldn't get Billy Kleinsman because I know he's working at Maple Grove, but we'll get Billy Wednesday night. Work these bugs out. Got to thank Fred Fletcher. Got to thank Sage Chiropractic. Went to a chiropractor for the first time in my life on Thursday night. I know a lot of people don't believe in chiropractors, but you know what? Dr. Mike made a believer out of me at Sage Chiropractic. I would play his ad, but I'm having a problem with the ads here. They're not playing like they should. Let's see if it'll play. Who is all the rage? Sage Chiropractic. That's right. Sage is all the rage in chiropractic care. Dr. Carey and Dr. Mike will take care of you and all your back needs, and they specialize in other things too. Give them a call, 215-497-0700. They have all the equipment, all the stuff you need to get yourself in shape. They're the people that give Fred his adjustment so he can drive his race car on Saturdays at New Egypt Speedway. They are an official sponsor of Wide Open Wednesday, so go see them. If you have any problems with your back or any other problems you think you're having that are related to your back, you got to go see Sage, because they're all the rage in chiropractic care. So see Sage Chiropractic. Their phone number is 215-497-0700. Go see Dr. Carey and go see Dr. Mike. Well, that one worked. Let's see if we can get this one. Let's talk about transmissions for a minute. You want to get to victory lane, you can't be in low gear. You got to be in high gear. I'm talking about high gear transmissions located in South Jersey. That's right. We specialize in repair, refresh, and troubleshooting your Northeast Dirt modified transmissions. That's right, high gear. They specialize in Burt Generation 1 and 2 transmissions, and they also service Winters transmissions. It's home of the modified number 13P, driven by Anthony Tramontana Jr. They have reasonable pricing, quick turnaround. You can pick your transmission up at New Egypt Speedway or Bridgeport Speedway, and you can find them on Facebook at High Gear Transmissions. Now, these transmissions are serviced by a great tech, Anthony Tramontana Sr. You can give him a call at 609-385-3084. That's right, High Gear Transmissions. You know, the season-ending season, and you're worried about that transmission, you're worried about it getting serviced, why not call High Gear and get it done? They'll take care of your transmission. You won't have to worry about it. When you put it back in the car, you'll put it in gear, you'll go to victory lane, you'll be in high gear, and you'll be a winner with High Gear. Let's talk about one of our proud sponsors, and that's Five Peaks Media, brought to you by Craig McGill, 668 Woodburn Road, Langhorne, Pennsylvania, Suite 201, the same suite that Wide Open Wednesday is in, and their phone number 609-577-7996. Craig McGill, we call him Magic because he creates the magic behind the lens at Wide Open Wednesday. Whatever you need, whether it's for social media, your business, anything you need. He's been with CBS, the NFL, he's done it all. He's a master at his trade, and he can definitely get the job done if you need anything done in social media. Why is having a director important? Greg will tell you why, because he does his best work behind the lens. Do you want your message out there to the world? You got to go with Five Peaks Media. That's right. Get a hold of Craig McGill. Come on over and see us. This is why we do what we do, because we have magic. All right, gang, I'm going to end this. I'm going to spend some time with my wife, and thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Got to mention some of our sponsors. We appreciate each and every one of them, and we're going to get bigger and better. Season's progressing. Come on in.
I got your dumbbells in here. But I'm going to unpack it when I get back.
Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for being a part of Wide Open Wednesday. We'd like to thank all our sponsors and everybody involved here. Thanks for stopping in. We hope you enjoy the show.